nation and have descendants too numerous to count. The king said, Balaam, stop. What are you doing? I brought you here to curse them. Instead, you're blessing them. He said it again. I cannot curse what God has already blessed. If Balaam were here today, he would say the same thing to you. You cannot be cursed. There is a commanded blessing on your life. When you go through disappointments, unfair things happen, it's easy to feel like that's clouded your future. Have a new perspective. What God has blessed, nothing can curse. When you understand you have this commanded blessing, you won't be upset because someone's talking about you, worried about your finances, discouraged because of a setback. You know every force that's trying to stop you is powerless to change the blessing God put on your life. I love how Balaam was supposed to curse the Israelites. They were going to pay him a lot of money. Not only did he refuse to do it, but God had him to start speaking blessings. He started telling how the Israelites were going to succeed and go further and accomplish great things. This is a spiritual principle God was showing us. When the enemy tells you all the reasons why you're not going to get well, not get out of debt, not overcome the challenge, instead of agreeing with him, do like Balaam, start speaking victory, speak health, speak favor, speak abundance. See, the enemy wants you to curse your future with negative words and negative thoughts. He knows he can't stop you, but if he can convince you to go around discouraged, thinking you've reached your limits, that will keep you from your destiny. You have to turn it around. You want me to curse my future? I know better. I'm going to bless my future. Well, you'll never get out of debt. You'll always struggle. No thanks. You have the wrong person. I will lend and not borrow. Whatever I touch will prosper and succeed. I've been commanded to be blessed. You may have a lot coming against you. Every voice says it's not going to work out. I'm asking you to be a Balaam, speak the blessing and not the curse. Sometimes it's not our own thoughts trying to discourage us. It's what other people are saying. People will tell you what you're not going to be, how you're not going to get well, your dreams aren't going to come to pass. Here's the key. They can speak defeat all day long, but they are powerless to change the blessing on your life. Nothing they say or do can remove the blessing. They didn't give you the blessing, and they can't take it away. It was put on you by the God who spoke worlds into existence. He didn't just give you the blessing, He commanded the blessing. There's a freedom when you understand this. Somebody's talking bad about you. Your attitude is, no big deal. They are powerless to stop the blessing on my life. I talked to a lady that was raised in a dysfunctional environment. She was abused by her father. He constantly told her how she was no good, worthless, would never amount to anything. She was just a little girl. She didn't know any better. She believed these lies and grew up feeling ashamed and inferior. At 7 years old, she was taken away from her father by the state and placed in foster home after foster home, never feeling loved or accepted. She grew up a young lady on drugs, in bad relationships. She had several children from different fathers, in poverty. Didn't look like it would ever change. But in her late 20s, a friend invited her to church and she gave her life to Christ. She started making better decisions, doing her best to honor God. She would listen to our messages about reprogramming your mind and not believing lies that people have spoken over you. It didn't happen overnight, but little by little, things started to change in her favor. She was able to go back and finish high school in her early 30s. A friend helped her to get into college. A professor there went out of her way to open the door to nursing school. A hospital administrator showed her favor and hired her over several other candidates that had more qualifications. Today, she's in charge of her whole department, several hundred nurses at this large hospital. What happened? She came in to the commanded blessing. The commanded blessing will override every person that's tried to stop you. The commanded blessing will make up for what you didn't get. It will cause people to go out of their way to be good to you. It will put you at the right place at the right time. And people may have tried to push you down, but God is about to lift you up. They tried to keep you from your purpose, but they were powerless to change the blessing on your life. You may have a lot coming against you, but I believe God is about to command some things. Like He did for her, He's going to command justice, vindication, deliverance from people that are not treating you right. He's going to command increase, promotion, doors to open that take you to the next level. He's going to command freedom, breakthroughs, wholeness. That addiction, those bad habits are not your destiny. He's about to command healing, restoration, strength. That sickness is coming to an end. It may not have happened yet, but this is a new day. You're going to see the commanded blessing show out in your life. God is going to make things happen that amaze you. Things you didn't see coming. The scripture says this: when you obey, God's blessings will chase you down and overtake you. I've seen this in my own life. Most of the big breaks, the major events, I didn't go after them. I was just honoring God, being my best, and they came after me. I didn't know the Compact Center was coming available, but a man came to me out of the blue. Said, Joel, you need to call the mayor. That should be Lakewood's building. A publisher I had never met came to me. Said, I want to publish your books. Sirius XM came to me. Here's a satellite radio channel. That's the commanded blessing. God calls an opportunity, favor, contracts to chase you down. Here's the whole key. You don't have to go after the blessing. Go after God. Honor Him with your life and the blessing will follow. God will command things to find you. In the scripture, one morning, Jesus asked Peter if he could borrow his boat to teach the people from the shore. Peter agreed and let him use it. When he was finished, Jesus wanted to pay Peter. He told him to launch out into the water. He would catch a lot of fish. Well, Peter had fished all night. Nothing was biting. Peter was a professional fisherman. He knew the morning wasn't the best time to fish. He didn't feel like going back out. He thought it'd be a waste of his time. But instead of talking himself